Okay, so in this video what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to make this tube detail. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, easiest way to do that is go to isoparm, grab this isoparm, and duplicate it. Then center the pivot. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're just going to make sure that this lofts properly. It lofts good. Okay. So now that we have this, we're going to go to top view, hit Control D and W. And we're going to create the path of the tube extrusion. Shrink this down a little. Okay. All right. Servers are back up on Street Fighter, yay. Okay, let's move it here. All right, so we have this path here. It should be pretty good. So we're going to isoparm. Save this before you loft. I'm just going to loft it. Hopefully it works. Okay, it works. It says it's sharp. I don't want it to be sharp, so we're going to redo that. It's on linear. I actually want it to be cubic. It's better. Okay, assign existing material. That's good. I'm going to take this one, this curve, and I'm going to mess around with it. I'm going to make it flatter. Okay, grab all of them, flatten it out. That looks good. And let's go ahead and delete the history on this. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it, hit Insert, Modify Center Pivot. I'm going to hit Insert again, go to Top View, hit Insert, and I'm going to move this point here. I'm going to hit V. Let's see, can I snap it? Yeah, it snaps right to a vertex. That's what we want. If you don't snap it perfectly, not a big deal. Now I'm going to just go to Edit Duplicate Special option. And I'm going to make sure that my scale is on -1 to go there. Okay, that looks a little weird here. Looks like a dent. Not a big fan of the way that looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this. I'm going to hit Control Z a few times. Okay, that's better. Let's go to Edit, Delete by Type History. Modify. Center Pivot. Go to Top View. Hit Insert. The reason why I'm redoing it, I just didn't like the dent. If you don't mind it, you can keep it. Let's go ahead and Duplicate Special. Okay, got a little bit of a gap here. So what I could do is I could take this curve. Let's delete it. I go to isoparm, and just loft them. That's kind of a hack, but it works. So whatever. There we go. It looks kind of cool. Maybe this is a little bit too bubbly here, so let's fix it. Maybe I want to grab this one, these, and bring them out a little. I can keep it like that. It's not a big deal. Okay, I like that better. Okay. All right, so there we go. And we can get rid of these curves. Remember, you can turn off surfaces, highlight. You get to actually do this for all the curves. The only thing you'll notice here is, like, this is coming out of here nice. This is a little off. This one. So you might want to do is move this out. Get rid of, oh, actually that's good. Okay, it looks good. It looks like it's all connected. Pretty solid. Let's Control G these guys, just group it. All right, that'll be good. You could flatten this out later if you want, or you could have flattened it out prior to the extrusion, but I'm just going to keep it like this because it looks decent. The tube's, you know, it's okay. It's a little big, but it's all right. All right, let's do these recesses now. Save this. I'll just do a few. I'll give you the idea how to do this. You probably already know. Make it live. Go to create CV, create no primitive circle. And what's cool, oh, you can't do that. CV curve tool. Okay, let's go to top view. And we're going to hit V and snap, hit enter. Okay, go to control vertex. And this thing doesn't have to be perfectly, you know, symmetrical. Just do your best. Okay. So that looks good. So let's turn our object mode. Turn our surfaces on and off here. Go to here. I don't know why that's locked. Oh, it's because it's live. Let's turn that off. Okay, there we go. So what we're going to do is save it again if you haven't done so. We're going to go to isoparm. I'll actually try the Surfaces Trim tool. And we are on discard. So what do we want to discard? We want to discard the circle. Put a bunch of dots in here to let the computer know that the area belongs in here. Hit enter. Very good, no crash, yay. So we're going to go to trim edge. Grab this trim edge. And we're going to duplicate that curve. And modify center pivot. This is a little bit technical, but you know, it's nothing we haven't done before. Bring it in. And go to trim edge again. Actually, we could probably grab this and scale it in a little bit. Go to trim edge. And just loft it. Looks pretty cool. Now the only thing we have to do is planar it. Okay, it doesn't work because it's not flat. Scale that flat. Does it work? Nope. Let's see here. Okay, a good way that we could close this. This is, again, it's kind of a hacky way to do it, but it'll work. Is we take this curve If you can't select the curve or you don't have the curve anymore, say I deleted it, go to isoparm and go to curves. Go ahead and duplicate it. Modify center pivot. And we're going to scale it in. We're going to do this a few times. Control D, Control D, Control D. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to isoparm. And we're going to go to surfaces loft. And just hit G to loft. And then what we can do is go to isoparm, or hole rather. Grab this hole, it's hard to see, this one right here, and close it up. Alright. And what we'll do is we'll turn the surfaces off, right here, highlight, delete, turn the surfaces back on, hit Control G, assign existing material. Let's do that here too. That creates a little divot here. It's kind of dented, but it's not bad. And you can do the same on the other side. I mean, if you didn't want to do the other side, you could just duplicate special. That's probably what I'd advise you to do. So that's the technique for doing these two things. It's not that hard to do. There's no other better way I see to don't delete this like I am, but there's really no other great way to. I guess you could go to hole here. You might be able to do something like this: is grab the bottom hole and close it like that. Let's see, and then flat it out, move it up. Let's see how that looks. It's about the same. It's about the same, so that'll work. And again, when you're done, you could get rid of this. You could go to Edit, Duplicate Special. And do the same thing here. Modify center pivot. Go to top view. Do this. And then Edit, Duplicate Special. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. Alright. And there you go. And you could add some more details on your own. I'll let you do that on your own. So here's the reference image. You could add this little detail. In the next video, what we'll do is we didn't get to it here. We'll do the wires, and we'll do the side of the mask. You know, you could do that on your own. This one, and then we'll be done. There's one last thing I want you to do is grab these guys and just bring them up like this. This one looks a little bit better. Go to Control Vertex. Okay. Bring it down. We could mess around. We could mess around with this later. And go to isoparm. I hate when that happens. Okay. Let's get rid of that. And then loft. All right. Just kind of make a nice connection there. Go to Control Vertex. Grab this one, just bring it down. You might have to fix this a little bit, but again, you can do that on your own. You could take this curve, bring it down, and then extrude. So we're done there. I'll make a couple adjustments and show you what I did next video.